Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for joining. It's back, ladies and gentlemen, back and better than ever. It's basketball season, high school basketball season. You've been looking forward to this for quite some time, man.
I have for at least 2 weeks. I really have.
He's been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yep.
You know he has. Phil's here, Phil Leib from Flora High School, and we're going to talk today all about Flora's squad, maybe talk a little bit about the Black Diamond Conference, what's going to go in there, and as well as other teams throughout the area, as Phil will give us his inimitable perspective on you got a lot to live up to now.
That's a big word for I don't even want to try to say it.
you realized I had to slow down before I said it.
That was nice. So good.
Thanks. I'm a professional. I'm a pro. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, around the area here on this gorgeous Thursday? By the way, this is Thursday. I've pushed you out a couple of days.
Sounds good.
Thank you, by the way, for permitting that.
Yep.
You didn't really have a choice.
No, that's all right. No, that's all right.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, today, Thursday, November 3rd? Big day up for Flora High School. It's the Flora Academic Foundation, their annual WNOI FAF Radiothon is tonight from 6 p.m. until 9:30. This year, the Radiothon is back in the Commons area of the Flora High School. I bet you that this year, I mean, you're pretty close to back to normal, aren't you?
Yes, it's nice. It is.
I can only imagine that it feels like a luxury for crying out loud.
I still get out of my vehicle in the morning and get my book bag on my back, and it's like, oh, I don't have to put that thing on.
I got to put that mask back on.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh,
it is so nice. Yeah.
I will just bet you. But that is going to be tonight. The WNOI FAF Radiothon, 6 p.m. to 9 o'clock. I'm going to talk. Actually, we're talking about that on Wednesday's show here, so that'll be fun. This year, the Radiothon back in the Commons. Successful evenings results in increased opportunities for kids and to fund projects offering enhanced learning opportunities and experiences to all Flora Unit number 35 students. The desired goal for this important FAF fundraising event is at least $20,000 by 9:30. Then either Radiothon pledge is going to be able to be called into the Flora Unit office, 662-8316. So you might keep that in mind. Also, you can pay online just using your credit card, no big deal. So there are very many ways, but that is tonight, 6 p.m. Until about 9:30. Going to be a bunch of singing. Are you? I must ask. I think you knew. I didn't even think about this. Are you singing tonight?
We are not.
You have in the past, right?
We have in the past, but we had prior engagements that we weren't able to decommit.
The Leib family brothers, or what is it? What's
the Von Trapp family singer?
The Von Trapps, all we know. Who plays the little one?
That's Curtis. No, we've been so fortunate to be able to do that in years past, but we're just not able to tonight. So, but we appreciate the offer and always appreciate the invitation. But it was just a great atmosphere and a great night.
Well, and what an outstanding donation idea.
Yes,
I mean, the foundation is amazing, aren't they?
It is. It does. Unbelievable.
The things it does for you as a teacher, for crying out loud, taking the kids all over the place and helping out the kids. So so take the opportunity.
Yes. Yep.
To look into that. What else is going on this evening down in Fairfield at the Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen? They're going to have free nutritional education classes from 5:30 until 6:30 this evening. If you want some more information, give a call to Jane Jones, and that's at 618-302-3702. Jane Jones, 618-302-3702. Speaking of nutritional information, what national days are today on Thursday, November 3rd, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Sandwich Day. Happy National Sandwich Day. It's believed to be the namesake of John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, following the claim that he was the inventor of the sandwich. I don't think he probably did, but he takes credit. You ever taken credit for something you didn't do?
First 2 times I give the other people credit. After that, it's my idea.
I don't blame you a bit. So yeah, National Sandwich Day. Let's see. There is a rumor that a contemporary travel book titled "The Tour of London" by Per-Jean Grosley that forms the popular myth that bread and meat sustained lure Sandwich at the gambling table. It said that Sandwich was a very conversant gambler and did not take the time to have a meal during long hours playing at the card table. When hungry, he would ask his servants to bring him slices of meat between 2 slices of bread. This practice became a habit, as well, it was well known to his gambling friends, who soon began to order the same as Sandwich, and the word sandwich was born.
Wow.
Do you believe that?
Might as well.
Might as well. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I can't really. I can't tell you it's wrong.
A lot of details not to believe it.
That's a lot of details. Yeah, there are a lot of plus he's got a cool name. Earl Sandwich is a cool name.
There you go.
But like Robert Montague is pretty cool too. I like
Yes.
that too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Favorite types of sandwiches for folks: the BLT, the club, the Dagwood, French dip, peanut butter and jelly, all kinds of good stuff. By the way, he was born. Nobody knows why they set this day as the date, but this is the birthday of John Montague. In what year do you think this was that he was born? I'll give you 50 years of leeway.
1747.
You're getting it. 1718. 1718. Smoking hot. Phil's smoking out here today. So there you go. So the 1718. He'd be, if he was alive, he'd be really old right now. 304. So there you go. How do you keep your sandwich soggy from getting soggy when you pack your own lunch? Well, spread a little bit of butter on each slice before adding the other ingredients. The butter acts as a barrier to prevent moisture from the other ingredients from making your bread soggy. Did you know that?
I know it acts as a barrier on your arteries as well.
I was going to say, that doesn't seem healthy.
But hey, I love butter.
It acts as a barrier several ways.
It does.
Well, that's good. All right, what else is going on today? This is actually probably fitting that it is on National Sandwich Day. This is also National Men Make Dinner Day on the first Thursday of November. This places the man of the house in charge of the kitchen and the evening meal. Some men like to cook and do so on a regular basis. To these men, kudos, but others like myself are not we don't cook all that much. I'll grill, but that's okay. Here's the thing men are supposed to do. There's a list of rules that must be followed for this to actually count as getting credit for making dinner.
Okay.
You going to be all right with this? All right, let's see.
Yep.
The main meal must include a minimum of 4 ingredients and require at least 1 cooking utensil other than a fork. So you got to stir soup or something.
Yep.
I guess, right? The man must do all the shopping for all the necessary ingredients.
Okay.
You clean up as you go, and aprons are optional.
Handle it.
You can do all this?
You can do a sandwich with 4 ingredients and knock out 2 birds with one stone.
There you go. Yeah, you're celebrating. You're just celebrating all over the place with that sandwich. I'm entirely in agreement with that. That'll make fun. So this day started. A woman started, Sandy Sharkey created National Men Make Dinner Day. That is, you don't find that as a surprise.
No.
I really don't either. My wife, we've been married 30 years this past September.
Congratulations.
Can you believe it? Thank you so much. Yeah. Awesome. She said after our anniversary, said, that was it. I'm done. I'm not cooking anymore. Now it's your turn. Your turn to cook. Yeah, that was my look. Wide-eyed, the deer in the headlights look. And it really hadn't worked out that way. But it was a good effort.
Yes.
I'll do my best from time to time. What else is going on today, folks? This is a this is actually all week long. National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week recognizes the shelters providing care that bridges the gap to adoption for millions of abandoned and stray animals. The event takes place each year during the first full week of November. And now that I'm thinking about it, this isn't probably quite the first full week yet, is it?
No.
That would be
Not
next
quite.
week. So I'm a little ahead, but you get a chance to show pictures of kitty cats and stuff. You do it. The Humane Society of the United States founded National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week back in 1996. They created this week to acknowledge and promote the role of animal shelters in communities all over the country. It's become a week to encourage the public to get acquainted with their local animal shelter and to learn how they can help in saving the lives of animals. So there you go. That's a nice deal. What else going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, what do you want to see on television? College football tonight at 6 p.m. UTEP is at Rice. That's on CBS Sports Network, channel 628 at 6:30. It'll be Appalachian State at Coastal Carolina. That's on regular ESPN, channel 601. No NBA tonight on any of the channels that we have. I'm kind of surprised. You watch NBA?
I haven't. Not too much. So.
The only reason, actually, that I'm kind of watching much recently is because of Ayu Dosunmu. You want to see the Illini guy.
Yep.
So that's fun. NHL hockey tonight at 7 o'clock. The Islanders are at the Blues. That's on Bally Sports Midwest, channel 630. And at 7:30, it is the LA Kings. That's the Chicago Blackhawks, NBC Sports Chicago, channel 643. This is Phil Leib. I'm Bruce Dickey. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to talk Flora High School basketball after we return. Back in a second.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
this way just a little bit. You're a little bit far off of the screen, and bring the microphone. There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're adjusting. Phil and I. Phil got here about 30 seconds before we were going on television.
Good timing.
Good timing, because I did not realize until you just told me, and maybe everybody else knows, a couple of days ago, congratulations, a new grandpa again.
A new grandpa. They call me Papa. They call Cindy Grandma, but that's our fourth one. We are so blessed. God riches just continue to flow upon us in our family. So we have now 3 girls and a boy.
Oh,
but,
that's
awesome.
outstanding. So you're close then. You're not quite there. You're close to getting a basketball team together.
Right. Not that close yet, but but boys haven't started yet. So when the boys get going, maybe that'll help as well.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
outstanding.
Thank you.
And it just so happens that during the off week for high school basketball, right?
My family just knows. I mean, we are so. It was just awesome. We have not had any conflicts. Last year, Hannah delivered on November 1st.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh yeah, 6 days before the first day of practice, so she knew as well. So
you traveled, you hung out with them.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
I see. That's outstanding.
It has worked out great. Yes.
That is wonderful. I'm glad they're paying attention.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Flora High School basketball. I tell you what, we were talking a little bit in the break, maybe actually during the show, about how different this year it has been without the COVID protocols and all that kind of stuff. It kind of opened up the summer for you too a little bit, didn't it?
It did. You was able to get back to some normality. Be able to do some things that we've been able to do in years past before the pandemic hit. It's just nice without having the restrictions, without just kids able to be kids again, and able to coach again, and just get back after it like we're supposed to be able to. So.
Were camps back open this summer like they had been in the past? I know, like college camps and that kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much everything was in full tilt to 100% capacity. I know the year before you could still have camps, but they limited the capacity. They limited restrictions as far as what you could do. They still had this
the separation,
social distancing. Yeah. I mean, it was you had to make the modifications, but you still was able to do it. But it's just been awfully great to be able to do what we've done over the summer, and now going into the fall without the mask mandates, which we knew was kind of going on its way out anyway when basketball started. But still, you had that hanging over your head. But the kids have been great with it.
Well, you had that hanging over your head all last season. You had referees. Referees would have, some referees would want the mask up, and the other ones wouldn't. And that was all up to them, of course, anyway. But by the time the season was going, you guys didn't have the mandate anymore, as I recall, right? About
middle of January, I think it was.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess that's about right. Just makes a heck of it. It eases your mind just a little bit more, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. You see light at the end of the tunnel a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where did your kids get out to play too many tournaments or games this summer?
We stayed kind of local, but we ended up playing 20-some games in less than 20 days, 25 days. Wow. But we go to Vandalia, did that for a couple days, went down to Benton a couple days, went to Wayne City for a day. So yeah,
each time you go to I guess they're tournaments for the most part.
Yep.
I mean, there's no set scheduled summer leagues or anything, right?
No, not too much anymore. No, we don't. So, but and then we'd have some. Those are mostly Monday, Tuesdays, or Thursday, Friday games, where we get 3 to 5 games in that type of situation, and you see a lot of different opponents you don't see during the season. Sometimes you do. But it's just nice to be able to see what you've been working on and what you got to work with.
You started my next question. I was wondering do you prefer over the summertime? Do you prefer playing teams that you will not see, or that you will see, or that you will not see?
If we're going to see a team like once. I don't care to play them over the summer, but conference opponents like
well, you want to avoid those.
Yeah, I mean, we were already playing them twice.
Yeah,
sometimes you might see them again in regionals, and that's 3 times, and you really don't want to see them that as much. So,
how how do they officiate those summer games, those summer tournaments? Do you have a full 3-man crew, or just is it coaches call your own fouls or something?
When sometimes when teams come to Flora and we just have an evening scrimmage, you call your own, or
Is
coaches
that right?
will call it, and it's pretty quiet. I mean,
Yeah.
parents don't know who to yell at. Why did you call that foul? But anyway,
They'll usually pick somebody out, though.
They will. So that's been fun. But other than that, they've really gotten to all the games are officiated now. So
Is that right?
A lot of it is they work at training camps to help officials get their feet wet. Work on their mechanics. On those things, and help mentoring younger officials along the way too, which is much needed.
I always get the opportunity, or always take the opportunity, to urge kids to get out and officiate a little bit. Do you see? You've been doing this a few years. You've been coaching now. I'm X number of years. So I've got one I could show there. This is your Flora.
Oh wow!
Yeah, all the way. I didn't know if you wanted to go all the way back to 2001, but yeah, this your 23rd year.
Yeah.
Are you seeing any more or any less officials, or are the officials getting younger, or are you just staying the same age?
No, the officials they're growing with me.
They really are, aren't they?
They are. I mean, you see that, it's like, wow. I thought that guy would retire, and many officials have tried to retire, but there's just such a demand for quality officials that they're forced to come back and
It's
help.
like Bill McLean. Remember? Out of Mount Carmel. He's tried to retire 2 or 3 times.
Absolutely.
And he's still working.
Yeah.
Skip Dillon, he announced here on this show last week, he's done. This is his last year.
Yep, that's what he said.
That's I'm surprised by that, but it is understandable. It is understandable at age 56, everybody's knees get a little worse.
Yeah.
And some of us haven't had repair yet.
It's been nice.
How'd that go?
It went well. It went real well. So after swelling got down, it's been good. So
that's all you can ask. That's all you can
Absolutely.
ask.
So
I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. I've got Phil Leib here, Flora High School head basketball coach. We're going to talk a little bit about the Flora team, who they lost from last year, what you got coming back, and all that kind of thing. Here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, here with Phil Leib. Back in a sec. Stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right, or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface? Call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Phil Leib is here, and he is the head coach of the Flora Wolves. Has been well. You saw the screen grab there that he has been the head coach there since 2001, right?
Yeah.
Did you think whenever you took that job 22 years ago, I think I've asked you this before.
Yeah.
Did you think that you were going to be here in 2022, or did you look that far down the road?
I didn't look that far down the road. I mean, you hope you get 5 years in, and then you see where that leads you. Then you get to the point where it's like, oh man, now my boys are getting ready to start high school. Maybe I'm fortunate enough, I'll be blessed enough to coach my boys. And then after Owen graduated, I had 3 sons, and one graduated in 14, Ethan, and Ian in 16, and Owen in 18, and most everybody thought, well, he'll stop coaching now because he saw his kids through. And I mean, that's why he coached.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was coaching before my kids were born, and I'm going to coach after they're through. So, and when I'm having fun, as long as there's still fire in the belly, which there is, why not keep doing what I love to do?
There you go. And tell me a little bit about, have you been forced to, I guess every year with every group of kids, you're kind of forced to adapt and change your style a little bit, aren't you?
You are. And I think if you don't, you're going to get left behind. I mean, left out. And I mean, some coaches are fortunate enough they got the talent, they just reload within their style. Sometimes we get what we get, and so you got to adjust from that. I know this year we have 2 different phases. I mean, we can be super athletic and really get up down the floor, which is going to be exciting, and really pressure teams. But we also got some size where we can slow it down, just pound it in, and take advantage of the size situation. But it's just going to be a little bit different because when we at the side, we can't get out in pressure.
Right.
But it's a great problem to have.
I guess it's kind of. I guess You're talking about adapting to the personnel and. If some kid has a hot hand that night as well, or they have an advantageous matchup down low, it kind of you might have a different team out there from Tuesday to Friday, right?
Might be, yeah. And we play a ton of games, so it's going to be a work in progress. We start out right out of the gate at South Central. We'll talk about our schedule, but you're right. I mean, it could be different, and that's what I love about these kids and the group of seniors is they understand that it's not entitled. If they want a spot, they want to win. They got to earn it. They got to get out and work after it.
That's the thing. Some you probably have had or have seen. Maybe some other coaches, or you can have conversations with other coaches and stuff, and people do gossip, and they'll talk about their kids. Occasionally, that's probably a very difficult situation for a coach to deal with a kid who does feel entitled, doesn't it?
Right, it is, and so often sometimes
if a kid feels like that, his parent probably feels like that too.
And sometimes what you feel, and I can say this because I've bbeen doing it long enough, I really don't care anymore. But the players will accept their role before the parents accept their role.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. I mean, usually players are okay with being a part of the team and accepting what they need to do to help the team to be successful. But it's different as you're a parent, because I've been there also, as you're sitting there in the stands watching your child maybe not getting to play, but they don't understand what value they bring to practice to help get those others ready. So it's tough, and that's I've been blessed with some great parents throughout the years. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here for 22 years. And with great attitudes and with great players as well. But I love this group of kids we got coming because they are hard workers. They are relentless. They like each other.
Yeah.
And they will compete with each other and compete for each other, which is good.
Tell me a little bit about the last the last few years that I mean, you'd been blessed with a lot of success.
We have.
And then you had a little run there. You got to talk about it. You had a little run there where you didn't have nearly as much talent maybe as you had been used to.
Absolutely.
As the team had been used to. How did you personally go about having to deal with more losing than you were used to, and how are you able to help the kids through that maybe, because the kids probably had the expectations that they were going to win.
Yeah, and you're right, because we, historically with Flora basketball, we represent the top 5%.
Well, yeah, you had 5 years in a row with over 20 wins there, and
so
then a struggle the last couple of years, 3 years before this last one.
So I think what you do, you find the wins in the battles. You find the wins in certain games, as far as maybe not on the scoreboard, but say, hey, listen, this is our goal today. All right, we want to hold this team under such and such field goal percentage, or we want to force so many turnovers, or hey, let's win 2 quarters. So you just ultimately you want to win the game. That's why you play. That's why you compete. I mean, but at the same time, when sometimes we just don't have the horses, you got to find ways to manufacture confidence and manufacture competitiveness, desire to keep them in the game. Otherwise, they just what's the point? We're going to be by 30.
Yeah. And
so even when we were struggling, we were still competitive. I mean, we just didn't have quite enough to get us over that hump. So instead of winning, 15, 16, it was only about 6 or 7.
Right.
And those things hurt, but we still. But so sometimes those are your funnest years coaching, because there's
that was what I was wondering, how that affect you. I mean, because that might be a group of kids that this was a lot of fun to work with, because you could teach them a lot.
Yeah, and they didn't have much to work with, but they were humble, they were coachable, and they were willing to work. And as a coach, you appreciate that, because there's really not too many expectations. There's not a lot of pressure. I think pressure is self-induced anyway, but it's one of those things where we just came in, day out, and just try to get better. And hopefully we were better in February than we were in November. And those teams that we had, we were.
Yeah. So, that's the thing. I think now, to me, I mentioned to you that I occasionally, you go into a season thinking, well, how well a team's going to do. Did last year's team going 17-14 exceed your expectations? It did mine, and I, as an extremely outside observer.
Yeah,
I was surprised that they were able to do that well.
I mean,
nothing against the kids, because they clearly worked. They clearly worked their tail off,
and they were some great kids too. But from the previous 3 years where we went 6, 7, and 1, and then all of a sudden we went 17. Yeah, but it was awesome. And I thought, man, I think we can get to 500 at least, maybe a little bit over 500 this year, and we did. But it was like 3 games above it, which is just incredible. But that didn't come easy. We won 5 games. We had 6 games that went into overtime or double overtime.
Wow!
And we won 5 of those.
That's something else.
That's just great. I mean, I've never had a season like that. Probably won't ever have another season like that. So,
a lot of that's luck, but also a lot of that is kids listening, isn't it?
It is, and a lot of that is just sheer determination, refusing to lose. Even when you're down 10 with 3 or 4 minutes to go, just not giving up and just trying to keep battling and battling.
Saw that several times over the course of the year. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got Phil Leib here. We're going to get into the roster and into the schedule for this year's team here on Big Talk. We'll be back right after this word. Do stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Talking here with Phil Leib. His season starts 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from the.
2 weeks from.
It's November 21st, right?
Yeah, 21st. Yeah, that Tuesday. Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
22nd. November 22nd.
Okay.
You picked up South Central. Had you normally been playing South Central? Or is this kind of new this year?
Yeah, we have. Last year we decided to move it before Thanksgiving, which was a nice tune-up.
And that was going to be the Hamilton County, or you ended up playing Hamilton County.
Ended up playing Hamilton County a game before that.
Yeah.
And got it handed to us, but they were really good. And we had two starters last year at mono at that time.
That's right.
But man, we played well against South Central. Probably one of our better games, and gave some kids some confidence. But they ended up winning a regional title.
All right.
And they were a really good team. But that's going to be a good challenge for us Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Then after that, we get right into the thick of things with the Kaskaskia tournament there over Carlisle.
Are you guaranteed 5 games in there?
4 games.
4 games.
Yep.
Okay.
And we already know our schedule. Saturday, we open up with Nokomis. So we're going to see 2 teams back to back playing a 1-2-2 zone. And then that Tuesday, I think we play Oakville. And the following on the night Wednesday, we play Pinckneyville, which is the 1 seed. We're the 4 seed.
Yeah.
And then we await on Saturday see what we done those 3 previous games. So.
That is that's a rough and tumble tournament.
It is.
You mentioned 2 teams. Well, you played Pinckneyville last year, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you played Nokomis, did you?
We played him at the Vandalia tournament.
Oh, okay.
But as without one of our better players, he was sick that night. So.
How about the Oakvilles? They're new to this tournament too, aren't they?
They've been there probably 10 years.
Okay.
They've not been there. We didn't play. We haven't played in the last couple of years.
Yeah, different.
On different pool play. But they've got some rich tradition there too. So, yeah.
You start talking Pinckneyville and Oakville, you're looking at state champions within the last 20 or 30 years.
And Woodlawn. Woodlawn's on the other pool there.
Side.
So, yep.
So that's a quality tournament.
It is. And you got Greenville, and I heard that they had a substantial move in.
Oh, really?
One of their professors has a kid about 7 foot. So. Fortunately, we won't see them. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I love Todd Cottrell. He does a great job. But, you never know. So.
Everybody else on the team might stink. Who knows?
That's right. So, we'll have 4 players with 5 fouls each. So you better be able to shoot free throws.
There you go. See if the kid can shoot.
That's right.
And that's the thing. You run into that occasionally in high school basketball where you do have another team that's kind of a freakish athlete.
Yeah.
When's the last time you did a boxing one?
We do that quite a bit, actually, sometimes.
Oh, do you really?
If a team is trying to, killing us, last year, Coach Weiner down at Pinckneyville, Leib, I can't believe you threw a triangle 2 on me, and which I did because early on the season they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I'm trying to unprepared, and but you got to coach it, and I got that from the late Gary Shirley. He used to do that stuff all the time. And
Gary Shirley usually had the big kid on his.
Oh,
team.
he did. He didn't like it being done to him.
Yeah,
he liked to do it to him. But yeah, we do that every now and then. But it's to be a quality, a really good player, because what usually happens is that they got several other players go along with them. And,
that is and if the other players go along with them, that is you're out of luck. I mean, you're kind of committed with the. With the boxing one.
Yep. As a coach, you go through all these clinics here, all these features feet, and Jim Boeheim goes, well, if you can't beat them with this, that, and the other, then get them off your schedule. Well, why do you play them? Well, we'd be playing 5 games if that was the case.
Oh, that's not true at all.
No, that's not
true at all.
No.
I tell you what, let's take a look here at the conference from last season. Now we already mentioned that several of these. Well, you're going to play all these teams.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 of these teams 3 times, right? Is Edwards County back in the Carmi tournament?
But we don't go to the Carmi
tournament. Oh, you don't go to Carmi?
Nope, we do not.
Okay.
Nope. So
you'll play Fairfield twice, Carmi twice. And all these teams just twice. That's good. They don't overlap in any of your tournaments, do they?
And looking at that right now, I mean, Hamilton County, they got the big kid back. So that'll be a challenge, but I know they lost a significant amount with the senior leadership from last year. I think Fairfield will be solid again. They got the Rogers kid inside.
Right.
They got good senior class to complement him, and Coach Mack does a good job with them. El Dorado got 2 of their better players back. They're scrappy, so it's going to be tough.
We've got them healthy, too. They had that Peyton Price who was he was
good.
Tough.
He's a good player.
Good
I think the best team in the conference and one of the better teams I saw all summer was Carmi.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they matured a lot. They grew a lot. They can go across the board, 6'4" to 6'5".
No kidding.
All 4 or 5 players.
Who's coaching down at Carmi now?
Wolf, isn't it?
He's still there?
He's still there.
I didn't know if he was still there. And then you got Edwards County.
Edwards County, I mean, they lost a lot of great senior leadership as well. But
new coach from last year.
But he did a good job, and he'll do a good job again. They'll have him ready. So it's a good conference.
Well,
we like it.
That's the thing. What do you think about in back in the old LIC? It wasn't the double round robin, right?
No, it wasn't.
Now you have the double round robin. Is that with I guess with only 6 teams in the conference, it makes sense. But do you like playing each conference team twice, or does it matter?
I do. I mean, because I think 1, you get the home and away.
Yeah.
I like that, and 2, it's a true conference feel.
Right.
I mean, you get to play them each twice, and
you get the feel for the other place.
Yes,
too.
and you get to. I think you build some rivalries, build some camaraderie within the organization, within the conference. But it's just, and a lot of times you see things differently the second time you play them. You may play them a little bit different, and they may play you a little bit differently, and all that stuff helps you as you prepare for the postseason.
Well, that's half the battle. You're wanting to win conference, but you're also wanting to get ready for the postseason. See if you can make a run in there. And
absolutely,
let the kids have a good time. I tell you what, we're going to take our final break, then come back talk roster. We're running out of time. I can't believe
we normally do.
Blow through this. We're going to talk roster because we haven't even talked about your kids.
No, we need to talk about them.
We need to talk about the kids, and we might also bring up college basketball because he's a college basketball player, for crying out loud. Is your team going to be any good?
NIU?
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's a nice way to put it. There you go. Yeah. Back in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here with Phil Leib. He is the coach of the Flora Wolves. We're talking about basketball season coming up on November 22nd. That game, by the way, is going to be on Wabash Catch TV. I do know that one, and we'll have probably another half a dozen or so of your games over the course of the year. So, tell me a little bit about some of the players coming back.
Okay, some of the players come back. We have, I think, 3 starters coming back, which is a great nucleus. Started with the senior point guard, Jacob Stanford, one of the hardest workers I've ever had the pleasure of coaching and been blessed with. He just is tenacious. I mean, he just refuses to lose. He's just always going to keep you in the game. Just his decision-making ability and his just tough defense. I mean, he's just a great floor general out there, which you need in a point guard.
Well, that's something you've kind of had good fortune with here at Flora. You've had a really decent or solid guard play over the past several years.
We have, and I think Jacob's really tried to improve himself, but sometimes what has hurt us is our athleticism. We just get out-athleticized. I mean, the physicality, but we've been working on that. Hopefully they got stronger out of that. But we got another senior coming back with Malachi Tolliver. Got banged up a little bit from football, but man, what an outstanding athlete. We're just so excited to get him on a hardwood and let him just go loose. I mean, he averaged almost a double-double last year. Yeah. We're ready to see that to the next level this year as he brings players along with him.
And whenever you see a player like him on the football field, and he's an important part of your team, important part of the football team. You like your kids to play more than one sport, don't you?
I do. I think one, it helps them physically as far as just you're using different muscles. I mean, you're becoming a better athlete too. It helps you emotionally, and because life is full of adversity, and it's things are not always roses. I mean, you're going to have some adversity, and you got to be able to handle that. And playing other athletics teaches you how to handle that. So.
Who else?
Another who's a junior, started last year as a sophomore, Neil Young. Malachi's about 6'4", Neil's about 6'4".
Neil grew, huh?
That might, well, he got a perm. But anyway, I'm not lying on that. But but they're probably more like 6'3". But they play like 6'5", 6'6". He's athletic. Just gets after.
Neil usually. I was thinking of him as a small forward, but as a 3 anyway.
Right.
Figure Malachi's the 4.
And neither one of those guys like to truly back you down, post you up type player. But man, they can spread the floor, they can shoot it, they can guard you, and then we can switch things out. Because they can guard guards as well as they can a post, which is kind of nice to have. But another senior who started a little bit last year until our other guys got healthy, but Ethan Dury has really worked on his shot, getting that off a little bit quicker, but getting more consistent. Another junior who now. Sophomore, now junior, played a lot of varsity when those other guys were 6 as well. But Trevor Johnson, about 6'1".
I was thinking that he. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he started a game or 2 last year, but
he came in. He's our lead scorer at the Hamilton County game, first game of the year. But he's about 6'1". I mean, just solid, athletic kid. Then we get to some seniors. James Mitchell was out last year with an ACL injury, but he's 6'5", big horse inside, and that's what I'm talking about. When we put him in, things have changed a little bit for us, which is going to be kind of nice. His brother Jeffrey Mitchell, one of the greatest kids you'll ever have, a hard worker, enthusiastic, passionate, just the type of kid you want in the locker room, you want on your bench with you. Ethan Redenbow. Ethan is another 6'3", super athletic. He's probably one of the better shooters from outside. He's just still learning the game. He didn't play really till his sophomore year, so he's still trying to learn, and I wish he would have been
You
out
liked him
earlier.
starting in grade school.
Man, that would have been awesome because like I said, he's athletic and 6'3". Another kid coming out this year, Mason Miller. He's 6'4", 6'5".
You're going to have some height.
Well, at least some warm-ups, but we will. And I say that jokingly, but it's true. But and that'll help with practice, we hope. But Mason hasn't really played since freshman year, so we'll see how that comes out. But our juniors, we got a great junior class. I already mentioned about Neil Young. I already mentioned Trevor Johnson, but Lawson Spicer, who's just knocking right there on the varsity spot.
Right.
But he just needs that extra kick, an extra passion, and it's there, and that desire. But man, he can shoot it as well as anybody, and he's just got great floor vision and great leadership.
What year did his his father graduate?
Man, you put me on the spot.
You didn't coach him. Is what I guess is what
I'm saying 92, 93.
Yeah, I was.
If I had to guess.
I didn't think you had, but I was thinking that it was close to that.
So,
you've been close to playing with him.
Right, because I graduated in '86, so I remember them in camp when they were little kids, and I was in high school and helping them out there. But they were fiery. Yeah. But and Tyler Conrad, another junior, has been stuck with it. He's really improved his shot and his ball handling ability. And Quinn Eubanger, junior, just a banger, just no pun intended, Quinn. But
Eubanger, he's a banger.
He's a banger, but he loves to mix it up. James Harrell, junior, and man, I hope I don't leave anybody out. I'm going through my mind. I think I'm good on all the juniors, but they're a good class. They're a good class to work with. And now,
how much? One of the funner things for you, one of the probably more enjoyable parts of your job, is getting the opportunity to see these kids grow and learn over the course of the seasons. Your brother helps you out in practices.
He does.
Every so often, a few times.
He comes in every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yep.
You've got a group of bigs right now that he could have been molding like clay. Does he enjoy getting in there and molding those boys like clay?
He enjoys it so much. And I remember his first few years, he's been doing it as long as I've been here.
Oh, has he really?
He's been coming in for 20 years, and first few years he's still in pretty good shape. And I was like, Kurt, you got to tone this back. He said, why? He said,
Kurt, you're too mean to my kids.
You see this player just cringe. I mean, he's 6'6", 280.
He was not never a small man.
No, he doesn't get after you, but it's been nice. I mean, he's still teaching the fundamentals, but it's a lost art as far as really sitting in the post, getting your elbows up, with the drop step, and that's something you don't see too much anymore.
It's really not. I watched a practice. We were there for a girls' game one night, and I watched one of the days that Kurt was in there practicing with the boys last fall or last winter, and I'm sitting there watching him. He's showing them the drop step, and and scared him how hard he was pounding the ball on the floor. Yeah. He says, you need a power dribble. And these kids probably never heard of a power dribble because nobody in high school does that.
Kurt could drive a 16-gauge nail with that ball. Right there. You're right with the power dribble. And so a drop step is just a turnaround jumper.
Yeah,
or jump hook.
Easiest thing in the world. But if you scare your opponent with a power dribble, it makes it that much easier to make.
It does.
Who else is coaching with you?
That's a great question. Todd Countryman, JV coach, assistant coach. Alan Tolliver, fresh soft coach. But those two guys are just as loyal as you possibly could have. Great knowledge there. Jeffrey Gaither is going to return again this year as a volunteer assistant. He helped down to fresh soft level, and he is so knowledgeable of the game, and I just loved his enthusiasm with the game and being able to interact with the kids and talk to them, verbalizing things that he sees. And then my son Owen is going to be
Owen coming back.
Owen coming back to help as a volunteer assistant assistant, and he's going to be one of those kids where we need him to JV fresh soft or the varsity. I don't know. Just trying to see where it's at. And then another one on the roster, he's probably like Curtis, but probably just worth guard play versus the post play, and Lauren Holloway.
Oh, is that right?
Lauren is a former assistant as well, but now things have changed a little bit in his life, and he's got some more free time, and he'd like to come and volunteer a little bit. So.
Well, I see. Now that's really good. You've got a staff of good volunteers and help, and that, like I say, that's just the fun of helping the kids, watching them learn how to put it all together. Doesn't it?
It is.
And that kind of. I kind of saw that as last year, what happened last year. I thought that team, who was the game that you had an upset win, like at one of the tournaments, like at the Christmas time or something like that, or maybe triple overtime, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that was, it was later in almost January, February, but we played Edwards County, and it was double overtime, something like that. But, and
beat them, and it just, you could see the confidence growing at the end of the year for those.
It was, and it's absolutely, because they was never out of it. It was like, we come down worse than this, we're okay. So it was good.
Well, and that's kind of where Standiford always keeping your team in it, right? Standiford.
Yeah. Yep. He's just hard nosed. I mean, he'll get that loose ball when we need that loose ball. He gets a tip when we need a tip, and it's just they play with a lot of energy, which is exciting to coach.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, the season starts on November 22nd. Who's really good? We've talked about Hamilton County losing a little bit, but who's really good outside of the conference that's on your schedule?
I think, man, hate to say it, but Mount Carmel, they got everybody back.
They really did.
They do.
And they were so young and so good last year.
They were. On our schedule, Onley, they lose a couple players and one player, but man, they got a great nucleus back of just one lost season. So, and Coach Lanning does a good job with those guys. I mean, Pinckneyville's going to be Pinckneyville. I think, some others, Altamont's going to be good. Everybody lost a little bit of everybody, but just that nucleus that comes back, that really, you can build off of that. It's going to be exciting to see some of the other teams and how they progress and what happens with that. But I'd say Mount Carmel.
Do you have anybody on your roster that you like is not on your roster, on your schedule, that is new to you this year, or maybe coming into some of those tournaments?
No. Everybody that's on our schedule,
you have seen something.
We have seen or played before. Yep.
Well, that's the difference now, though, from like last year or the year before, whenever you're entering into the new conference, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a huge adjustment. Big difference. But now you're kind of familiar. You kind of know what the temperature of the water is.
Yeah.
You kind of know, what to expect when you go to this place or that place, and what this coach does, and what their players like to do, and how they like to play. And so all those things now you're more familiar. And with familiarity brings confidence. But you just don't want to be. You can be confident, but not be cocky. And that's why we got to try to balance that line.
That's what you got to try to do. Before I run out of time, tell me a little bit about My Illini. Give me good news about My Illini. Are we going to? Are they going to win the conference again?
I'll tell you what. As hard as they play, they're going to be in every game because of the defense of what they do defensively. But I think they're a little bit more skilled this year as far as being able to shoot it.
Do you think so?
Than they were last year, because last year, you had Kofi, which is rightfully so. You always rely on him.
You're running the offense through it.
Yeah, you did. But I think this year we had one guy that got hot. Either sometimes it's Frazier, and I forget some of the other guys' names, but Williams. But now this year, I think you got 2 or 3 that has potential to step out and spread that defense out.
You got the Sky Clark. That's the thing, though. It's they're all kinds of new names that we're going to have to learn. Terrence Shannon Jr. For crying out loud. Michael Myers or Mayers. Is it Mayers or Myers?
Myers we celebrated in Halloween, but
Myers is Halloween. Hopefully this guy turns into be a killer like him.
Except on the floor. That's right. That's right.
Well, I tell you what, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm certain over the course of and I'm just glad you still got have the fire in your belly.
I do. And there's
is it now that you're knock wood more healthy? Does it make it easier for you to do after having had the surgery and you haven't?
Yeah,
you haven't you haven't cut your foot off or whatever.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I still got another foot. But anyway, but yeah, I am, and that's. I mean, you hear once you lose the ability to demonstrate. I mean, you don't have to run down the floor, but at least show them some moves offensively, defensively, as far as footwork. I like doing that stuff. I like breaking things down and showing, and then watching them apply it in practice, and not let the practice carry it over into the games, and just help that with the game situation gives us an advantage to put us in a position to win a game.
There you go. That's great. Hey, Phil, thank you so much. Time just flies when you're here.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you having me.
And congratulations again on the new grandbaby.
Oh,
that's outstanding.
He's awesome.
That's outstanding. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.
Thank you.